Hi, this is Ganapati, chemistry teacher. Good morning, everybody. Now I am going to teach chemical reactions and equation. This is the first chapter in 10th class syllabus, CBSE curriculum. It is very important chapter and it is very important basics to learn chemistry also. So, the chapter name is chemical reactions and equation. This is the chapter number 1 in our chemistry. Chapter 1 in our 10th class chemistry. In our 10th class chemistry, reactions, chemical reactions and equations. So, what are the topics in this lesson? First I will tell to you. So, main here, what is a chemical reaction? What is meant by chemical equation? What is physical change? What is chemical change? And writing a chemical equation, balancing chemical equation, types of chemical reactions, and rancidity, and final topic is corrosion. These are the listed topics in this lesson. So first of all, I want to introduce what is a chemical reaction. I want to teach this concept first. Initially in this lecture number 1, everyone must watch. So what is a chemical reaction? For understanding the definition of this reaction, we have to discuss some daily observations about some daily observations. For understanding this concept, we have to understand some important daily observations. What are they? I am listing out here. See, all of you. So, melting of ice, evaporation of water, melting of ice, evaporation of water. And third one is rusting of iron, rusting of iron, soaring of milk in summer. These are the 4 observations and I listed out here: melting of ice, evaporation of water, rusting of iron, soaring of milk in summer. So in first 2 observations, what I am telling, melting of ice. If you melt ice, ice will become water. Am I correct or not? Ice will become water. Can you get ice from that water? Can anybody say? Can you get ice from that water? Yes, we can. Just you freeze that ice, water, we get back to ice only. Evaporation of water. If you evaporate water, water convert into vapor. Can we get back to water? Yes, we can. If you condense that vapor in low temperature and high pressure, we can get water only. So, in these 2 observations, we can conclude some information, that is, there is no change observed. Of course, observed, but the change will come back to the previous position. What I am telling, here there is no new substances formed. Here, no new substances are formed. Only ice will melt to form water, and water is another form of ice. Ice is another form of water, like that only. So both are same only. Evaporation of water. Water, if you evaporate water, water vapor will come, but other compound will not come. Here in these 2 observations, there is no other compound observed during the change. But here see, and in these 2 observations, just you observe, all of you carefully, rusting of iron. Rusting of iron means generally iron exposed to atmosphere. Iron readily reacts with atmosphere, the moisture content present in the atmosphere, that directly reacts with iron to form rust only. That is the main concept of rusting of iron. That means iron reacts with water present in the atmosphere. In this case, iron loses their characteristics. Iron loses the rigidity, strongness, the hardness of that iron will lose, and the arrangement of atoms also changed completely. That means rust means it is very loose particles coming out from that particular iron bar due to the reaction between water vapor to iron. This is very important, rusting of iron. So after formation of rust, can you get back to iron? No, we cannot get. Of course, we have to do some very highly chemical operations. That is also very expensive. That's not correct. What I am telling, without doing anything, can we get iron again? No. So this is very important change. In this change, a new chemical compound formed. That means iron convert into rust. This is very important. The rust cannot again form as iron. This is not possible. Again it cannot get the previous position. That is very important. So a change occurs that is permanent here. So, and rusting of iron is a change in which a new chemical compound formed. In the meanwhile, soaring of milk. Suppose you take milk. Soaring of milk means it is just like preparation of curd only. Automatically curd will form. Can you get milk from curd? It is impossible. Why? Because the new substance came from milk. So that according to the discussions, in the case of 4 observations which are daily happening in our life, we can conclude a change can be divided into 2 types. That is, one is a physical change and another one is a chemical change. Very important. So here melting of ice means ice. This is ice only. Just take ice cube just like this. We are taking. By melting it will become water only. So ice can convert into water. Water is another form of ice only. Ice is another form of water only. By variation in the temperature of existence only, it will be called as ice and it will be called as water. But both are same form only. So both are same composition only. There is no other new chemical name or new chemical formula. Ice means H2O. Water means H2O. Ice means that is in the solid form. This is in the liquid form only. So but the change is observed here. That means solid to liquid. Of course, this type of change is known as a physical change. That means such a change is in which there is no new chemical compound formed is known as physical change. And in the other hand, such a change is in which there is a new chemical compound formed is known as chemical change. This is a very important definitions. Now I will write generally changes will be. So just you write the description about this matter also. Just you copy this matter: melting of ice and evaporation of water, rusting of iron and soaring of milk in summer. While I am writing on blackboard, please students write everything and follow me and write a prescribed and preferred, and what I am writing on blackboard, please write on your notebook and put one separate notebook. We can write. Okay. Now see, according to our daily observations, changes can be divided into physical and chemical. So changes can be divided into physical change, and another one is chemical change. Write down. Changes can be divided into physical change and chemical change. What is meant by physical change? Such changes, write down, such changes such changes occurs without forming new substances or chemical substances. New chemical substances is known as physical change. Right. And another way, on the other hand, chemical change. Such changes occurs by formation of such changes occurs by the formation of new chemical compounds. New chemical compounds is known as chemical change. This is very important definitions. As you learn, changes are divided into physical change and chemical change. In physical change, such changes occurs without forming new chemical substances is known as physical change. Chemical changes, such changes occurs by the formation of new chemical compounds is known as chemical change. So very important, very important. Now we are coming to the point, what is a chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is a process where chemical change occurs. Chemical reaction is a process where chemical change occurs. That means during the process we can get new chemical compounds. That chemical compounds having different properties, different structures from the chemical from the initial compounds whichever we are taking. So what I am telling, what is a chemical reaction means, chemical reaction is a process in which chemical changes occurs. Right. What is a chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is a process chemical reaction is a process in which new chemical substances formed during the reaction. Reaction means here reaction. See all of you, chemical reaction is a process in which new chemical substances form during the reaction. This is very important. Example, rusting of iron. Very important. Next, souring of milk. We can give so many examples also for chemical reaction. And another one is digestion of food or cooking of food. Next, digestion of food. So many things are there. In our respiration also is a chemical reaction. Respiration also. We are taking oxygen but we are releasing carbon dioxide. But due to some chemical changes occurs in our body. So that we are releasing carbon dioxide. We are taking oxygen. That oxygen is utilized to our body. And useless, that means other remains gas, that is carbon dioxide, is not good for our health. It is not good, so that we are releasing outside. So whatever it may be, in respiration also that system is going. So that is also chemical reaction only. Very important. So what is a chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is a process in which new chemical substances form during the reaction. So rusting of iron, souring of milk, and cooking of food, and digestion of food, respiration. These are all some other type of daily observations only. So many chemical reactions are there. Time to time we will discuss whatever it may be. Now see, next concept is what is a chemical equation. So in our lesson is chemical reactions and equations. So in that chemical reactions definition completed. Now what is a chemical equation? What is a chemical equation? See, what is a chemical equation? Chemical equation. What is a chemical equation? Very important. See, every time so many reactions are happen in our daily life, in our body, in our surroundings, in everywhere. Without a chemical reaction, there is no such any operations also, whatever it may be. So chemical reaction plays major role in our daily life. So for writing chemistry, every time we are unable to write total what happened in that. Suppose sodium, suppose magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. This is also one type of chemical reaction, of course. Every time we cannot write magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide, nitrogen reacts with hydrogen to form ammonia. In that statements is not correct to represent, to write chemistry. So for that purpose, for that convenience only, chemical equation is introduced. So chemical equation is introduced. That is very important. So chemical equation is a shorthand form of writing a chemical reaction by using symbols and chemical formulae. This is very important definition. Chemical equation is nothing but a shorthand form of otherwise a shortest form of a shorthand form of chemical reaction. A shorthand form of chemical reaction, writing by using symbols and chemical formulae. So a shorthand form of a chemical reaction, writing by using symbols and chemical formulae, is known as chemical equation. That means what is a chemical equation? Means a shorthand form of representation of chemical reaction. A shorthand form of representation of chemical equation, otherwise a shorthand form of a chemical reaction, writing by using symbols and the chemical formulae, is known as a chemical equation. So means what I am telling, in this chemical equation, generally we are expressing in three types. One is word format of a reaction, and another one is skeletal form of a reaction, and another one is balanced form of a reaction. This is very important. So before discussing these three formats, we have to discuss about the characteristics of chemical reactions. What are the characteristics of a chemical? What is the character? What are the observed characteristics during the reaction? That is also very important. During the formation of, during giving that type of characteristics only, a chemical reaction will be identified. That is also very important. What is a chemical equation? A shorthand form of a chemical reaction, writing by using symbols and chemical formula is known as a chemical equation. Generally, this is very important definition. Suppose magnesium reacts with oxygen to give magnesium oxide. That means magnesium plus oxygen gives rise to magnesium oxide. This is a chemical equation. That means before studying a chemical equation, we have to learn some other concepts also. What is the structure of chemical equation? That means every time in any chemical equation, generally the chemical compounds which are participated in chemical reaction should be placed in the left hand side by adding. In the other hand, what are the new chemical compounds formed in that reaction should be placed in the right hand side in the same way by adding one. Of course, in this reaction only magnesium oxide came, and these two left hand side compounds and right hand side compounds should be separated by one arrow mark which is headed towards the right hand side. This symbol also pronounced as is gives rise to. This is also known as is gives rise to. Generally gives rise to, like that we are calling. That means magnesium plus oxygen gives rise to magnesium oxide. This is very important representation. So we are using only names of the compounds here. We are not using any symbols or formula. So this is known as word format of a chemical reaction. This is known as word format of a chemical reaction. Suppose if you write the symbols and names, symbols and formula of a chemical compound, then automatically it will be written as magnesium Mg. What is the symbol for oxygen or formula for oxygen? So O2 gives rise to magnesium oxide. By crisscross method only we have to find, that is MgO. This is known as chemical equation. So the total statement is, general statement is magnesium reacts with oxygen gives magnesium oxide. This is word format of reaction. We are writing chemical equation in words. After getting this word format of reaction, we are changing the words into symbols and formulae. What is the symbol for magnesium? I am writing here Mg. What is the formula of oxygen? O2. Every time some compound should be written in that manner. O2, Cl2, I2, Br2, N2. So almost all gases are in diatomic molecules only. They exist in diatomic structure, diatomic molecular structure. That means oxygen, O2. In the case of nitrogen, every time nitrogen means you have to write N2 only. Oxygen means you have to write O2 only. Second, third case, chlorine. Cl2 only. Bromine. Bromine. Br2 only. Bromine. In the meanwhile, fluorine. F2 only. Fluorine. In this way, iodine. I2 only. So some specified chemical compounds represent in the diatomic structure. Wherever necessary, we have to use the respective chemical formulas only. Don't confuse again and again. Sodium means we have to write sodium. These concepts all we learned in 9th class already. No problem. According to that only, so we have to write chemical formulas. And one more thing very important, for learning writing a chemical equation or balancing a chemical equation, we must and should read a 9th class atoms and molecules lesson. That is very important lesson. Without reading that lesson, don't practice, don't come to this lesson. That is very important. Don't try to learn this lesson. First of all, we complete We read that atoms and molecules lesson. What is atom? What is molecule? Everything you must learn before practice this lesson. Whatever it may be. So in this way, we are writing chemical equation only. So this is known as chemical equation. Very, very important. Very, very important. Once again, I am repeating. What is a chemical equation? A shorthand form of a chemical reaction writing by using symbols, and the chemical formula is known as chemical equation. Very, very important. So we will discuss representation of chemical equations in different types after the discussing some important topic. What is that? What are the characteristic properties of chemical reaction? Very, very important. What are the characteristics of chemical reaction? Characteristics of a chemical reaction. Very, very important. Characteristics of a chemical reaction. So, first of all, first thing is formation of a precipitate. Formation of a precipitate. Very, very important. Formation of a precipitate. During the chemical reaction, sometimes we will observe precipitate. Sometimes we will observe precipitate. So what is meant by precipitate? First you have to learn that thing also. Precipitate. What is meant by, what is the definition of precipitate? Precipitate is a solid substance which is formed during the reaction between two solutions. Precipitate is a solid substance which is formed during the reaction between two solutions. Reaction between two solutions. Very, very important. If you want to get precipitate, we must take reaction between two solutions only. We must conduct reaction between two solutions only. So, for formation of precipitation, the main important concept is the reaction will be conducted in between solutions only. This is very, very observable conditions and very, very important. Listen carefully. So, precipitate is a solid substance which is formed during the reaction between two solutions. So, example, the best example is very, very important. The best example is during reaction between barium chloride and sodium sulfate. That means barium chloride plus sodium sulfate barium chloride plus sodium sulfate, we will get new chemical compounds. They are barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. So, this barium sulfate is known as precipitate. This is known as precipitate. Generally, we are just short form we are representing as PPT1. Precipitate. So, barium chloride reacts with sodium sulfate, gives rise to barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. In this reaction, very, very important. So, according to the definition, precipitate is a solid substance which is formed during the reaction between two solutions only. So we are writing here barium chloride. Of course, we have to write here solution, barium chloride solution plus sodium sulfate solution. We have to write these two are solutions only. Very, very important. That means we have to prepare before conducting reaction. We have to prepare before conducting reaction. Very, 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 very important. Very, very important. So same thing in the what I am telling, same. See, by demonstration also I will explain this formation of precipitate. So what I am telling, this is the barium chloride solution. How it will be prepared? This is the barium chloride. This is barium chloride. Barium chloride, all of you, is it visible? See, this is barium chloride. Some chemical substances are stored in plastic containers according to their properties only, chemical properties only. Some chemical substances are stored in glassware, in glass bottles and tight packed bottles and everything. So whatever it may be, according to the chemical properties only, chemicals will be stored. In this way, barium chloride is stored in plastic container only. So in every chemical container, when in every chemical compound, suppose every chemical which is stored in any specified box or any tin, whatever it may be, in that they will mention one label. That label gives all properties and constituents present in the components present in that particular chemical. So whatever it may be, in this total list, that list is furnished in this paper, which is stick already to the bottle. So whatever it may be, listen carefully. In this, very, very important is here written as SA, ASSAY, SA. This SA represents, gives purity of the compound, purity of the compound. So very, very, so little bit observations, very important observation. That's why I told you, whatever it may be. But for taking chemical from this container or tin, don't use hands directly. We have to use a spatula. This is known as spatula. This is known as spatula. By using spatula only, we are taking chemicals to the beaker or to any other container for conducting reaction. This is barium chloride chemical. So compound. So by dissolving these barium chloride in water, I prepare this barium chloride solution. Barium chloride solution. I prepare barium chloride solution. Very, very important. See all of you. Now I am doing one demonstration regarding how to precipitate will form during the reactions.